Are we live? Is it live again? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Anyway, we're back with the second half of the Bitcoin Bowl. And we were just talking to Bitcoin Art Gallery about tweets and what's been going on out there in the Twitter sphere. Go ahead, Bitcoin Art Gallery.
We are getting a long, complicated review here about the very premise of Bitcoin through Twitter. Mostly it's questions about AstroTurf and how that relates to cryptocurrency mining, apparently. Did you guys get that?
We got it.
Yep.
Can you tell us about it? What are they asking? What are the philosophical questions?
The philosophical questions. Okay. So let me go here. Okay. Awful. Hold on. Going through the.
Yeah, but there were some interesting questions too, not only awful. Did you
No, I know,
guys
I'm
get
just seeing the
tipped?
same tweet over
Did
and over.
anybody in our chat on our show right now get tipped from Bitcoin Bowl hashtag?
Nope, but I did get tipped by some
Oh, yeah.
THC guy. Some
Okay.
marijuana dude. It's just kind of cool.
Okay, so well, Dustin, did you find a tweet, or should we talk about Chad's video game?
Well, they were tipping at the beginning, and I think we need to look at the people who Andreas has been tipping and Shooter Jennings has been tipping. I think it'd be more useful to actually just look at them because I think they're overwhelmed
Yeah, well-
right now.
Yeah, well, I asked Shooter Jennings on Reddit if he's giving away his own money or if he was funded by ChangeTip, but I didn't get an answer. But I think that he was probably busy. I mean, I don't necessarily think either one is bad. I just would like to know if it's genuine tipping for whatever reason that he thinks it's good, or has he been given funds in order to tip people, which is not necessarily bad since he's just giving away free money, but I would think it would be nice to know what's up with that.
You got to think it's not his money.
But hey, I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
True.
Go on
True.
and just tell me, hey, and I don't want to accuse anyone, but I agree with you. But I just wanted to ask.
Well, I don't think
Hey.
it's the worst thing in the world either. I mean, whether it's his, if he's popular, go with it.
Sure, but I mean, we have to ask ourselves, hey, what's going on? Is this really tipping, or is this some kind of like weird advertising campaign disguised as tipping? I mean, it's okay if it's an advertising campaign, but just, label yourself as one, then it's okay. I don't have an issue. But okay, at least people get free stuff, so, whatever. Well, I don't know about you, but I've got a car commercial on my stream. So, Chad, what's up with your video game? Tell us about it.
Well, I'm Chad Crypto. My game I'm coming up with is called Coin Quest Dark Stakes. Ever since I got into the Bitcoin space, I've been throwing it around because the kind of space that I come or my group that I'm with is called is a coin. An alternate cryptocurrency called Coin2. We had like a bunch of a first-person shooter, but it's kind of been put on hold because we don't have enough programmers to do a 3D game. So we decided, me and this other guy, we kind of broke off to do separate projects with the same cryptocurrency. So I picked my own little thing because I kind of got inspired by everybody in the Bitcoin space, especially Mad Bitcoins and everything that's been going on. I mean, I've been watching and all the other stuff in the world. So I decided I'd come up with this 2D platformer, side-scroller. It's going to be hopefully HTML5, so it could run in almost any browser, so it'll be able to run. But right now I'm using Unreal 4 engine. But the thing with that is it doesn't really run on... it's still a new type of engine. It's just been out since last March. So they still don't have HTML5 implemented into it very well. But it's getting better. And so I'm going to be adding all kinds of cool characters from it, like Mad Bitcoins and other little characters in there and villains from our world that we're seeing out there, especially like the Nintendo guy, Benjamin, whatever his name is, Losky or whatever. I'm going to put him as a villain in there, but kind of like switch it up and stuff. So it's going to be really cool, and you'll actually be able to earn and spend Bitcoins, almost kind of like the other type of game, and also use the main currency that I'm with, which is called Coin 2.
Sounds really interesting. So I'm just getting some artifacts from 2014 organized. Just bear with me a second. I've got some interesting artifacts here. Shoot. So some guys that were making Bitcoin trading cards for people sent me a demo pack, but I just can't find it. But what I do have, maybe in the meantime during the game I can find it, but what I do have is I've got this from 2014. Can everyone see this?
Yeah.
Tell me if you can see it.
I know what that is.
Yeah, you know what that is?
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, right. So that's but this is a really, I mean, when I got it, I was like, wow, should I even open this? Should I just like put this in a plastic bag and keep it? But I was like, I gotta open it. But I opened it and I kept it. But I think this is a real historical document for Bitcoin.
What is
just
it?
Think about it.
I wish I kept mine. I don't know where I put mine, man.
Yeah, see, it's already more valuable. This is a letter from Japan about Mt. Gox's bankruptcy hearing. So it's like from the government of Japan telling you there's going to be this court case. So I had an account there, and they had my address, and they were able to just send me this notification that there was this. So a lot of people got this like really weird postcard. Okay, and then I've got two other artifacts from 2014 that I do have that I just found the other day I thought were funny, are just from another quote hacked, bankrupt, whatever site. So I've got a nice pad of paper from a Bitcoin trader.biz. So here we go. I've got a nice, I can write with them. And I even still have my free, luckily I didn't give them any money, but I've got my free, so this was the card that you got at the conferences, and on the back was a code, and you got $20 free. They were just giving these out like they were nothing at the site. So you got like a $20 free share, and it slowly, gave you a few cents a day or whatever. Anyway, I was just looking around for some artifacts from 2014, and I was thinking, wow, this has been a really crazy year if you think about all the stuff that happened. Hey, Thomas, you've got yours? Oh, no, you're going away. So it looks like...
I just wanted to update that the marching band seems to be doing a tribute to the Beatles, and I was in marching band, so I always like to appreciate them. Only a little bit of their show got put into the game. Here it comes, marching band. Look, they spelled out the Beatles, marching band. Oh, you can't even see it's on the wrong camera. Here it is, the Beatles. It's backwards.
You guys want to update on Twitter?
Yeah, tell us what's going on Twitter.
Okay. So there's one article from TechCrunch which is being shared hundreds of times right now. It's like every minute is like 10 shares of this single article. I just shared it in chat. It's from TechCrunch. And the other thing is the turf isn't a fake. I thought the turf thing was a fake account, but no, it's people are really complaining about the turf.
I know I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but this is a baseball field. You can see if you look at the game right now, that's the outline of the infield. So there's a reason. I believe it's bad. That's made to be a baseball outfield, and the infield was dirt.
I just thought that the bizarreness of them all mentioning the same word usage for the turf was strange, but then I saw that it wasn't just my bad quality. It was really going on.
This is the home of the the Tampa Bay Rays, right? The Tropicana Field. A big, ugly white ceiling that makes it impossible to catch the ball. Yeah.
That is crazy. I've never tried to catch a baseball in in a dome like that. I never thought of that actually.
Yeah, and
Has
imagine
anyone ever tried that?
of all the ceiling colors, they chose bright white. And I'm afraid to tell you, people at home, but that first play of the second half is a touchback. You're gonna have to drink. There's 30
Oh
viewers
yeah,
that made it over from the break. Sorry about the break, everybody. We've cut it up into a second half to have a shorter video. So.
and NC State has got a first down, so they've got a good offensive drive. And they're telling us that the UFC bench has been stomping their feet. I'm not sure why, if that's just a kind of motivation thing or a tradition or what's going on. But anyway, 1st and 10, NC State. NC State's ahead 17-10, and they run it. They've got up the middle about 3 or 4 yards, which is not bad for a running play, actually. And the clock is running down. So let's see if NC State can get a run game going on and run down the clock, but it's actually a little early to run down the clock.
We did
But if
have
you really
an
have a real powerful running
update
game.
from Twitter.
Yep.
I'm getting a couple of tips here or there, but none of them seem to be coming from Change Tip anymore. I'm getting tips from Tip Minion Dan, Tip Minion Sarah, and Tip Minion Steve. So I can only assume that this is some kind of Change Tip plan to spread out the load on their servers. This wasn't announced beforehand. I don't know how to report on this, but I can only assume these are legitimate accounts and not just a series of spam bots. But we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, if you want to tip, at Mad Bitcoins, I'm available. And if you want to drink, you have to
Or
drink.
you can tip all of us. Everyone can, tell everyone how to tip them at Bitcoin Potato on Twitter, or you can just, say, hey, where do I send the money? And I'll give you my Bitcoin address, no problem. Okay, and it's 3rd down, and the quarterback is scrambling again because the UFC defense is coming. And he's got a first down. He scrambled out for the first down. NC State's got another first down. So it was 3rd and 9, I think, and they wanted to pass. And just like Victor said, I mean, the UCF defense is really good, but when you get the pass rush, it typically comes around the ends like that, and the quarterback just kind of scoots around, and he knows how that is. The offensive linemen are kind of pushing them away. Okay, here's another play. They're trying to run it. He's getting along the edge. He got a few yards. He got about 3 or 4 yards. That's okay for a run. So you want to run and pass. That keeps the defense, on their feet because they don't know if there's going to be a pass play or a run play. And if on first down you can run for 3 or 4 yards, that's good because you don't know what's going to come down on second. And that kind of establishes a standard, yeah?
The difference between, they say 3rd down usually, but the difference between 3rd and 10 and 3rd and 5 is like 50% of the playbook usually. Just getting 3 or 4 yards that first play is actually pretty crucial.
Exactly. Okay, so now it's 3rd and 7 though. So basically they tried to throw the ball on second. It was incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 7.
The soft rule is anything above 6 yards is a pass. You know, anything above 6, you're probably going to see a pass.
Right, exactly. But you want to keep the other team guessing, so you have to kind of decide what to do. But realistically, you're going to have to pass to get 7 yards on a 3rd down.
Third and 7, big play, back to pass, North Carolina. Thrown across the middle for a complete of 15 yards.
So I have a feeling they've found some kind of pattern that they're open over the middle sometimes, because I've seen that over the middle pattern a few times.
All right, we've got an update from the chat room. Chat room, I haven't forgot about you, but last time when I reloaded my Google page, the chat room disappeared. So another thing to learn about these chat rooms is that Google doesn't archive them, at least not publicly. Feed the Baby says, buzzed. Surprised I found my way here, actually. High five. B for Basti is in the house. Primeval Druid's here. Processed Cheese Food. Hattori Hanzo. The Flip Side is tweeting useful advice and info for the Bitcoin Bull hashtag. Hey, Flipside, you should join us here. The link's on the podio, or message me on Twitter. Avatar X says he got a Mt. Gox letter. Eric Russo probably didn't. Feed the Baby says there's lots of shills, and the tips will be in the thousands for these bots. This is an update from the chat room. We'll do another one again soon. Now back to the game. It's
Big
first
play.
and 10 North Carolina State.
He's running. He's going. He's going to score. Touchdown. NC State.
Touchdown!
That means everybody drink. And drink 2 times because it's NC State, not UCF. So basically what happened is they did a run play, and they were able to... Is there a flag on the play? No. Oh, whoa, that was a big hole. So the linemen created this gigantic hole in the defense. I mean, that was you could see more than daylight. And he got the extra point, 24-10, NC State. All right, they're going to do another replay. Here we go. The lineman comes. He finds the hole, and he runs through the hole. Who created the hole? The lineman created the hole.
Well, we got a commercial for Newegg.
Wow. Okay, I've got to get another beer.
I'm curious to see if at the end of the commercial, yep, sure enough, accepts BitPay. Wonderful. I kind of had an idea, by the way, while we're on a commercial break. Because I tip the show as well, so sometimes I want to tip the 3 or 4 people on the show. Maybe there was if you could put the public key to an address that would be divvied up between all 4 people on that show instead of having to independently tip Chris Ellis, you, Theo, instead maybe just an idea.
Sounds like a good suggestion. We'll have to figure that out. We've been discussing things like that before. It's difficult, but that's a good idea for each show, and then divvy it up like that. That's a possibility.
And maybe not even like an independent account for each show, just one account, but it's no. Well, I guess you'd have to make it independent.
You could use Patreon.
Well, you could do it for the show. You could do like Bitcoin Talk Show, the Bitcoin group, and so on. The problem that Thomas has been telling everybody, and we've been trying to tell people, is that if you change tip the World Crypto Network YouTube account, it just goes to one account, and then we have to then talk amongst ourselves what to do with it, because it's kind of annoying to divvy out like really small things. I mean, it's great that people tip. It's not that we want to stop people, but we have to decide as a group what to do with it. And
also, you can change tip people directly on YouTube through the
Right.
comments if you mention the username. So if you say like whatever it is on Google Plus, it's like +u/u Bitcoin_rush. Then you could tip Bitcoin Rush directly on his videos. So that's what you should probably try to do.
I think that right, for Bitcoin Rush. Hey, Bitcoin Rush, where are you? But I think that that is an interesting idea. We can discuss something like this. So I've got this new beer. It's a Polish beer. I mean, I can't speak Polish, but it's a really good one. So if you ever see this one, you can check this out. It's not like craft beer or anything. It just tastes good. It's easy to drink. It's nice. Check that out. Anyway, that's a cool idea to have like for every show, not every episode, but just like for that show. I mean, you could see by the date, what show it was. So NC State is about to kick it off. Let's see what happens. Every kickoff, the other team could score a touchdown. So special teams can be a game breaker. So he kicked it out of the end zone, which means the other UCF starts at the 20. Touchback. So, just like I said in my Key Bits to Victory video, the quarterback of NC State has been a key factor in the game, and so has the UCF defense. So I've got a weird tweet from someone. It's a guy called Liberty for Everyone. Warning, massive outbreaks of success spreading like wildfire. And a 518 number. What area code is 518? Anyone know? I'll look it up myself then.
Sounds like a hot tip.
It sounds like some weirdness. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I don't want to click any links on it. I'm not sure what's up with that. It has a QR code, but what is that QR code? Is it a private
It's
or should
New
I?
York.
Well, I'll just try to scan this. I mean, what is he? Is they like giving me a? What are they trying to say though? That's weird. Or should I call it?
Mostly Albany, New York.
Okay. Uh-oh. UCF quarterback scrambled, but he had to. He went right up the middle and got 10 yards. Oh, but it was only 3rd and 5, so. Yeah, that was a crazy run by the quarterback of UCF. Well, the middle's wide open. Well, he just saw daylight in the middle, and then. So you say you see daylight, that means you see a hole in the defense. They're going out of the shotgun. They're going to pass. Going deep. Nope. Didn't get enough for a first down.
I'm watching the chat room. People are commenting on BitPay and how Newegg said they don't accept Bitcoin. They accept BitPay. So that is an interesting detail about the Newegg ad. So.
That was a mistake by Newegg, but they'll get the idea. Because for Newegg, it doesn't matter if they get BitPay or if people pay them directly. Maybe it matters for their, infrastructure or something, but theoretically, money is money. That's what 50 Cent said, and 50 Cent is from Atlanta.
And people are also speculating on your strange tweet, Theo. They seem to think it might be a jibe at New York. They're saying the number comes from the capital region of New York State, Albany. So we've got a wealth of knowledge going in the chat room. We've also got Flipside, who's up in the chat room. And he says he got a message from Liberty as well. So very cool.
Hey, DJ Booth, Flipside. Yeah, okay. So we've got a commercial break again. I guess there's going to be a BitPay commercial, so we've got to get ready to drink.
For anybody who's following the...
And this has been a really fun game so far, don't you guys think? So I will go over some analogies, and you guys can say if you agree or disagree or have anything to add. So, in my opinion, the linemen are like miners. They get almost no credit and do most of the work. When something goes wrong, they're the first to blame. They're expected to perform perfectly at all times. Without them, nothing works. So, there's those big guys at the front. So, I say they're kind of like miners. The quarterback and the middle linebacker on the defense, they're kind of like the core devs. They don't have total control, but they set the tone and the direction of the play. Running backs and linebackers, they're kind of like simple apps that work. They normally don't wow you, but they can, depending, and they get the job done in a simple way. So that's kind of like Bitcoin QT or something like that. The wide receivers or the cornerbacks, the safeties, those are kind of like those apps and projects that sound crazy, but they might turn out to do nothing. But when they do come into play, it's a big deal. They're fireworks. So it's like Ethereum, Counterparty, blockchain apps. The kicker and the punter are one-trick ponies. They're always expected to perform well, and they get a lot of credit if they decide the game. And they're lightweight. Kickers and punters are lightweight, multi-bit Electrum. Special teams, they only do special things. Well, that's kind of like altcoins. So what do you guys think? You think those are kind of okay analogies, or you have different analogies related to the crypto area?
I think it's some beautiful metaphors, Theo.
Right, that's to help. So the more we understand football, the more football fans will understand Bitcoin. So it's a two-way street. This is not this everyone's talking about, oh, mass, everyone's got to, use Bitcoin. Yeah, but it's a two-way street. You have to also learn about other people and what they're doing. It's not just a one-way street here.
In my experience with explaining football to people, when you get into that stuff, you're going to start to lose them. I always start with the downs and flags. That's for one session of learning. That's usually enough.
Yeah, you're right. So I made a video, and that's basically what I did. I think I did downs, plays, downs. I don't know, but I started with downs. That was a real important part. And then I think I even explained some of the positions, just what they are, because you keep hearing about them. Uh-oh. Is he going to get sacked? He got sacked. No, wait. Uh-oh. It might have been a fumble. Let's see who's got possession. It's that UCF defensive lineman. So the linemen are really important. So it looks like there was a fumble. So the NC State quarterback was scrambling as usual. Let's check it out. Oh, wait, that's an incomplete pass. Okay, they're saying he didn't have control of it. In my opinion, that's an incomplete pass, but I'm not a referee here, so just land on that thing. Uh-oh. Who had it?
You do not want to be in the bottom of one of those piles.
Actually, the pile is not that bad. It's just getting hit in the open field. That's bad. But yeah, the pile could be bad too. But... So they're running it. They got nothing. They ran on 2nd and 11 up the middle. I mean, okay, you don't expect that, but I don't know. That's not really the play I would call. So now it's going to be 3rd and 12. Basically, they have to pass.
In case you guys, any of you guys are still interested in Bitcoin. Anybody?
I'm interested in Bitcoin. Tell us. Interrupt me and tell me about Bitcoin, please.
Well, we passed our 30-day high in volume of coins.
Transactions?
What does that do to the price? Give us the price.
It's down a bit.
NC State first down.
Let me screen share. Here we go.
Here we go. We're getting the price.
Bitfinex. We are at 3.
So you mean the transactions are going up again?
320. Time to retire.
Yeah, check out the volume on OKCoin. Like in the past hour.
Big volume. OKCoin. Chinese exchange.
Likewise, yeah.
There's been some questions about their volume in the past. Don't want to.
So it looks like there was a fumble or something, and UCF has the ball.
Oh, big chance.
So NC State turned over the fumble.
Down by 14
You're right.
points. Here's an update.
UCF to score.
From the chat room. Feed the baby. I hope the change tippers are analog. I'd hate to see a big bot run. Although maybe in this situation it works. The flip side, Andreas and Sumitra tipped me on Twitter. Appreciate it. Eric Russo says, the coach is like the primary... Theo, Bitcoin Potato got no tweets, so somebody go tweet tip at Bitcoin Potato. Short pass for UCF.
Otherwise, I'm
down at the line of scrimmage.
No, it's okay. Hey, I'm just joking. It's okay. You can tip me if you want. I don't need a bot tip. I'm just joking with it all. Yeah, I'm looking at OKCoin. Are you talking about Bitcoin or Litecoin? I guess Bitcoin. Looks like there was some big dumpage on OKCoin. The big controversy usually with OKCoin is that they have very low fees or no fees sometimes, and people think it's a little shady. It could be, but in Asia they just have a different concept about how to organize the fees, and usually they just charge you a withdrawal fee instead of a fee per trade. and it was an incomplete pass. NC State stopped him. Anyway, yeah, I see that. It looks like OK Coin pushed the price down a lot. Let me look at the 1-day candle. I should do a screen share. Hold on.
A little more from the
You
chat.
guys
It
already
says,
have one, maybe.
the coach is like the primary developer, and his assistants are the core dev group. They also say the coach is like the program manager. Sometimes they were developers, sometimes not. I like that. Feed the Baby laughs when Theo was going nuts because Theo's rooting for North Carolina State here, and it's coming out. The truth is coming out of the Theo. Eric says we should lay out the Bitcoin goodness. This is a buying opportunity. And B for Basti says, OK Coin is all fake. Sumitra thanks me, and I thank him for the tipping. And it's a pass up about to, it's going to be 4th down and 2
So,
yards for
4th
UC.
and 2. This is one of those 4th down decisions that we were talking about.
They're
Could be a
in field
pivotal
goal
point
range.
of the game.
Looks good for field goals, I'd say.
No,
What they usually
they're going for it. Crazy. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's doing it up the middle. He got it. He got it.
Great play.
That was
straight
a
up the
big
middle.
fake out. So that's called a quarterback draw, which is a really weird play, but in that situation it was perfect. So a draw, draw means he gets the attention, he acts like it's a pass play, and then he just runs up. Usually you do that with a running back. I can't really explain it, but that was pretty brilliant from a strategic point of view. Ooh, whoa, big loss of yards. They got him behind. So here I'm looking at the chart, OK Coin. I got the day candles going on. And I got that weird indicator that Dustin was talking about, SAR, which is pretty cool, actually. Yeah, and it looked like there was some dumpage.
Major
Let's look. If we go to the hour, go back to the hour chart.
That
Yeah,
really
here we
doesn't
go.
surprise me because all the noobs were talking about it on Reddit and they were all saying, buy, 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 this is so exciting, the price is going to go up. But if you've been in this a little while, you realize that the people who thought the price was going to go up, they sold at 360. They sold like a week and a half ago. This news has been built into the market. And what people are doing now is they're selling on the actual event. So where are we at, Theo?
Exactly. Yeah, you're correct. So where we're at 3rd down. NC State, they did make a few yards, but NC State stopped them pretty good.
yeah,
was
but
a
what about the
short
price? I
pass.
see a big red candle.
Okay, let me tell you.
Price.
It's exactly. Let me tell you, Thomas. It's exactly what you said. So, because in Europe we were awake before you. What happened since I've been awake? The Bitcoin price has gone up. So all over here. When I
Drop
woke
pass,
up,
4th and
price
6
up.
for UCF.
Yeah, they're going to punt. So basically, all morning in Europe, the price has been going up, you know. And then around the time when the Bitcoin bull started, it started to go down. So
Isn't the price
it was
doing
just like the same rumor, sell on news, and buy on rumor, sell on news. The news when it really happened.
well, isn't the price doing exactly what Satoshi designed it to do?
I don't know about that. It's certainly moving up and down.
Tell
No,
us
but-
what Satoshi designed it to do.
He set it to mine the coin slowly over a long period of time with long halving increments, right? So that the constant inflation would keep the price down, right? Until the halving occurred, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you're right. I mean, we've seen the difficulty go down.
Like it's built in.
And I think it's
Like,
gonna go
when
down again.
when I read
Sure.
that book of Satoshi stuff, they talk about this, and he was worried that people would never have a chance to get any if the price went up too high. Like if it went back to $1,000, there's all sorts of people who'd never be able to buy any.
Right, exactly. I think you're right. I mean, I don't know that exact sentence, but yeah, sure. I mean, we're seeing self-adjustment and the difficulty that's going to, change the profitability of mining operations, and
that's all good.
theoretically, if the difficulty, yeah, well, sure. I mean, if the difficulty continues to go down, then home mining will be more viable.
Did something
for you
happen?
guys.
Are we supposed to drink?
But not just home mining, but like the middle guy mining, like the people I know who mine.
Sure.
They're not huge. They're
Yeah.
little guys. They have a couple of miners, and they're high end miners. Yeah, but they're even having a problem now. So difficulty adjustment helps them a lot.
Yeah, sure. I agree. I mean, so yeah, I mean, we see that it's built in, and this is really interesting to see what happens. You know, I mean, people say mining isn't profitable. Okay, yeah, well, then then people turn off their miners, and the difficulty is adjusted.
Well, who turns
things
off their
go
miners
on,
though? It's
you
the
know.
big guys who turn off their miners.
I assume mostly it's the big guys or people where the electricity is really high, turn it off. Or I have a bigger theory. So could be a really big conspiracy where I have a very efficient miner. I have the technology, at least, for a very efficient miner. And so what I do is I want to use that to the most of my ability. And so I turn off as much mining power as I can in order to reduce the difficulty. Then I have like a nuclear option where I just like turn on my massive miners when the difficulty is even lower. You know, so it could be that some of the big miners have this like, you know, secret weapon, you know. But that's just total speculation, kind of like a movie or something, but hey, I think let's see what happens. I think it's really interesting what's going on.
Kind of like a movie, like Any Given Satoshi, Life is a Crypto Sport. The new poster from Philippe. Follow Philippe at Philippe on Twitter. Look at this incredible poster. Mad Bitcoins as a football player. Who would believe that?
Well,
and the kickoff is deep, and it's a touchback. Drink.
It's a touchback drink. Hey, back when the whole email hack thing happened, you know, I came out with the theory Satoshi was an alien. You know, he was an alien. That makes total sense. He was from outer space, or she, or whatever it, and it was looking down on Earth and was like, what the hell are they doing? They got all this centralized stuff. You know, what is going on? It's like, okay, I just got to give this, like, you know, launch this, like, white paper on them. And they'll just, like, you know, figure it all out. You know, it's like looking down, because only someone from outside could, you know, come up with this kind of stuff, you know. So that's the theory, is that it's not that Satoshi has to hide he, she, or its identity. It's that they're an alien. And NC State just got a massive running play. The offensive line opened up this big hole on the left side. I don't know, they got at least 20, 30 yards on that run play. That's a really big deal too. Let's see here. Yep, they opened up a big hole on the left side. Got 20, 30 yards. They're about at midfield. Anyway, hey, that's just one theory, you know. So I don't think an alien really cares if their email gets hacked, but, you know, hey, that's just my opinion. NC State almost has another first down. They ran it for about 7 yards.
I heard someone bring up like Satoshi's plan with the price and the halving and the mining. I think that brings up an even bigger point of when we're finally going to make the switch to bits, as far as the exchanges or the betting sites. Like if it gets above 2,000, 3,000 a coin, I think that transition would be a lot easier, and maybe we start talking about how much a bit is instead of a full Bitcoin.
But that could be a 10-year discussion, with the rate of adoption being as it is, as the way we see it, right? Like we could actually wait until like the second halving's over before we see the mainstream really begin to figure it out.
Sure.
And that's a good discussion to have over 10 years, I guess. We'll really have an answer by then.
I find the whole bits thing confusing. I only know Bitcoins, and even that's a little confusing with the 0.001s and how much it used to be worth and how I always calculate from 1,000 now. But we've got this tweet from DJ Booth who says, we'll double tip $1 if you say, Sir, he wants the Mad Bitcoins voice, I'm sure. super purple grasshopper, mad bitcoins on the field of love tonight. I thought it was supposed to be love or lerve. There you go, DJ Booth, tipping us. Theo, you're like half a screen and I can't hear you anymore.
In science fiction, they always just call it credits, right?
Sure, credits.
Yeah, like
Agents.
even in Star Trek when they're trading latinum, right? Deep Space Nine, the Ferengi are always trading latinum.
Yeah, when Star Trek went off the rails and stopped having the whole universe without money, and suddenly the Ferengi were interested in money.
Look, guys.
But no, that made sense. Like, how do the aliens trade with
Check
each other?
this out. Check this out. So, you're all correct that it's going to take a while, but just think about I'm not sure how to call these events, this kind of explosion events that have happened in the last 10 years. So, sometimes there are events that happen and you can't predict when they're going to happen. I don't think there are necessarily these black swan things. Maybe I'm wrong. But, okay, we had, just in the past few years, we had Snowden and we had Cyprus. Okay, and they don't necessarily, Cyprus had a big relation with Bitcoin, but
Touchdown.
even without Bitcoin. Really? My stream is slow. NC State is killing it. See, I told you guys NC State is going to win, didn't I?
NC State coming out with another touchdown. You know what that means? That means drink.
Drink. Hey, UCF could come back, so it's not over.
Yeah, but all that's nothing compared to the actual financial scandals. I mean, the rigging, the LIBOR rate.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean. All I wanted to say is that one of those events, not an event like Microsoft accepts Bitcoin or Newegg accepts Bitcoin. That's good, but I mean like an event where people that have nothing to do with Bitcoin totally re-examine what the hell is going on in their life. You see what I mean? Something like Cyprus or Snowden or Libor, they're like, okay, wait a minute. This is nuts. I've got to totally re-examine everything. What I thought was true is not true at all. And so many things like that could happen in 5 years or just 3 years, and only one of those could like rocket Bitcoin. Not necessarily the price, but just people getting to know it. And that could help with the price too. What do you guys think?
Well, going back to earlier about the tweets, now when that event happens, instead of me having to explain to people, okay, there's this thing Bitcoin and here's how it works, now maybe they come to me and go, what about that Bitcoin thing? You know, like these people tweeting and they don't know, like I feel like it's going to be easier when this event happens, the more stuff like hashtag Bitcoin Bull gets popular.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, in the meantime, I got a few tips. Thanks a lot, DJ Booth and Sam Biohazard, both really cool people, part of the World Crypto Network. So yeah, totally. And I think you're right. I think we're setting up for if something crazy happened. I mean, we don't know when that could happen. It could be 5, 10 years. We don't know. I don't want bad things to happen to people. That's not what I mean. I don't want to be a doomsday kind of person. I'm just saying that, but that's just the reality. Stuff happens, and sometimes you have to re-examine, and that's what I mean. Have to, because then you have to say, wait a minute. Sometimes there is a point where people only change when they have to.
All right, it's 31-13, North Carolina State leading the University of Central Florida in the football game, and we're going back to the chat room. Bit by Bit says, programmers watching football is kind of like matter and antimatter combining. It will either explode or will get warp drive. I'm not sure which one, though. James says it's a funny
That's
combo.
right.
Sumitra says, yeah, it's for Latecomers, he's going to buy for the first time using fiat maybe. Hattori Hanzo is drinking anyway. Ryan Fishman says that Bitcoin shorting was the best investment ever. Nice work, Ryan. James said,
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
girlfriend
shorting.
lasted 5 minutes in the house with all of this Bitcoin and football talk. Off she goes.
Wow, that's another thing to think about. But hey, I think with all this, like, trying to get people into Bitcoin, I like the Bitcoin bull so far, of course, but let's everyone not try so hard. Let's just do stuff that's good with Bitcoin or whatever, and then you just tell people about it. But you don't have to try hard. You don't have to force. How can I? I don't know how to explain it. Don't make it like a religion too much if you can help
Well, and
it.
be honest in your actions. Don't be dishonest.
That is true. Be honest. Exactly.
Oh
Let's
no,
see.
we need to tell them it's a religion and tell them that in the year 2024, once all the 93% of the coins are mined or whatever, right?
Hey Dustin, check it out. I've got the pin on. I've got my lapel pin
Oh, do you?
Hey.
with a big B on it.
Oh yeah, you do.
Nice.
Yeah, with the B.
We just need people to have a healthy expectation of how long it takes to get past this crazy inflation rate. Because right now we have the world's highest inflation rate, and people don't recognize that because they don't realize how many more coins we're mining every day. Like 3,000, we're introducing 3,000 new coins into the system every day, and people, I think the casual person maybe isn't considering that when they buy.
Yeah, every day the price stays even. There was ground made.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
Exactly.
The price
I
should
agree.
fall
I
every day.
agree.
I mean,
Yeah, you're
every day.
right. You're
any day the price
correct.
goes up is an anomaly, actually. Right.
Yeah, both of you have totally great points, and I think that is totally correct. And I've got the next time I have to look. I won't find it now because Bitcoin Bowl is so popular. But earlier today there was a comment on that hashtag, and someone said, "Yeah,
15-yard run up the middle. North Carolina State continues to
Yep.
dominate on the ground.
That's right. They've got the momentum. So what's happening here? We can try to see it. Oh, someone's injured. Damn. But what I want to say is that what happens when someone gets momentum, again, it starts with. So these linemen are lining up in front of the same person the whole game. It doesn't mean they always go against or the person next to that person. So the same 2 or 3 people they're playing against. And if they can kind of become dominant and gain the respect of that other person, they can kind of gain a momentum. That's where the momentum starts. Unfortunately, someone on the UCF team looks pretty injured, pretty bad, in pain, so we're going to have a break. We can continue our discussion about Bitcoin in general, and I think that you're right. So, any day where the price doesn't crash because some mining pool, all the people in the mining pool didn't sell 25 Bitcoins as soon as it was mined, means that the price held up, and that could very well be true. And people don't realize.
But let's also recognize. Let's all remember. Early on, some of those guys who were mining, they want to sell now, and we have to recognize their right to sell the coins they mined early. And sure, that one guy, he has 10,000 coins. He's going to cash out. He's going to buy a yacht, right? Those coins just hit the market right now, right? Like there's not a buffer zone of several $1 million waiting to buy at that price.
The market cap is so small that any big purchase or any order, you dump that many coins, it's going to make a huge impact. But that's what I love about the Bitcoin market the most, is there's no babysitter. It's pure. It's the price of a Bitcoin incorporates the futures, the shorts, it's everything in one number.
Oh, right. No, absolutely. This is really, really important in the future because it's not a rigged market. Right.
Yeah, it's less rigged. I mean, I think exchanges and rig their prices sometimes. But yeah, I agree pretty much about what you're saying. Totally.
All right, they carried the injured player off the field. Got another update from the chat room. Feed the baby. Now Potato is going nuts for real, yo. Laughed out loud. He says switching to the bits pushes the price up. And when everyone hit 1,000, they started using MBTC, but they went back down. And Rizzo Ryan suggests that perhaps Satoshi is an AI from another planet, another civilization, who created Bitcoin only to build a network of computers large enough to build our own civilization's AI.
Exactly. See, that's the kind of stuff I was talking about months ago. You know, I
You
we gotta
realize if
think
aliens
on
show
different levels.
up, if aliens do show up, they'll just take control of the whole Bitcoin network with their quantum computers, and then we'll be screwed.
No problem. We've got Dogecoin. We'll just go to Doge.
Their computers will never be compatible with Dogecoin.
No,
I was thinking you're going to
we'll
go more
just
the
go
other
to
way. Like if aliens showed up, they could just use Bitcoin. They'd already have money. They'd be ready to go. They'd be like, oh, we read about this. We started mining it on our voyage here. We've mined a good deal of it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Let's see. Sumitra is asking for an update on how long are these games. Theo, can you tell us what's going on? There's 6 seconds left in the third quarter.
So The
Yeah, I can
Verge is
tell you
apparently
that
watching
the-
with us.
Really,
games
the
are
Verge?
long.
Welcome
Yeah.
aboard.
At least they're watching
Welcome
the
aboard.
game. I don't know if they're watching us, but they're watching the game.
Okay. Well, the games are very long, and each quarter in college is how long, Victor? Are they 15 minutes? Quarters in or no wait, 25 minutes?
Yeah, I believe they're 15 minutes. That one is pretty much standard pros in college. I
Okay.
think in
But the-
high school you get 2 20-minute
So-
halves.
Okay, so the thing is that in American football, if the ball goes out of bounds or there's an incomplete pass, the clock stops. So if the person is tackled inside the play zone without going out of bounds, and the clock continues to run. But if there's an incomplete pass, or someone runs out of bounds, then the clock stops. Or if someone calls a timeout, or if there's 2-minute warning, but for every for every half, there's a 2-minute warning. And are there any other breaks, Victor?
You hit the referee, I believe, has a judgment call when you're on the sideline and get tackled out of bounds. It's really confusing, actually. I've been watching football for a long time, and when you get, say, if a guy's running on the sideline, gets hit out of bounds, sometimes that can really go either way. But yeah, you pretty much covered them all.
Okay, so those are the main. So that is also part of so that can contribute to how long the game really is. So sometimes it can be long. So let's say in general a game can last 3 hours, even though the regulation wasn't 3 hours. Another thing that is interesting about what I just said, so if there's a team that's behind, so that would be the gold team, UCF in this case, they're going to want to save time because they're behind. They don't want to use too much of the time. So sometimes you get special pass patterns and special plays where the player is very close to the boundary of out of bounds. They catch the ball and then they go out of bounds because that stops the clock. Yeah, so that's what and then NC State, when they get the ball, they're ahead by a good amount now. They're going to want to run the ball because when you run the ball, you're not going to get an incomplete pass and not going to stop the clock, and it's going to make the game slower. Run down the clock.
But the defense knows that as well, so you'll notice them start to load up the sidelines and those up-the-middle passes clearing up more.
Sudden silence. We've got another great point from the chat room. Spoken Weird says, yo, check it out. It's not aliens. It's the computers themselves. Satoshi is AI. Ooh.
I think I heard Thomas, you bring this up. Someone talks about it, or maybe it's Joe Rogan. I get you guys confused. That this is really Pandora's box. Yeah, like AI is creating all of this stuff, and it's just the beginning.
I've heard a lot of strange stories about things going on inside of Google, that they already have AI and they can already talk to it, and it's already telling them what companies to buy. It's why they're buying such random companies every week. And they even say that the AI has 20% time, that the AI gets to work on its own projects 20% of its time. And that's what I would like to know. What is the AI working on? And everyone in the chat room says silence, drink. Mine's mainly ice water now. I don't know that you're really going to get that much out of that. They're saying, what's Theo's Twitter name? It's @BitcoinPotato. I got a gift recently. This is a New Belgium Shift. It's like a bicycle beer. I don't know. It's from Colorado. Look, my roommate put like a, I don't know, wax stamp on there. That's going to make it better. Germany's got a beer there. What you got there, Theo? You dropped off. Got no sound. Ain't got no tunes. We've got a Blue Moon. Is that that's owned by Budweiser, isn't it?
So now you can hear me, right?
Only when you talk like that directly through the microphone.
Should I hold up the microphone like this? My microphone looks cool, doesn't it?
It does.
That's why I bought it. I mean, I thought I should get one of those whatever ones you guys were telling me, but I was like, this one looks so cool, I'm going to have to get it.
I don't even like beer. I don't even want beer.
And this one was at a shop where I could just like pick it up off the counter and just get it. And I was like, okay, I'm buying this now. This looks so cool. And it's even cooler, it folds up. So check this out. When you are on the go, the tripod it has a kind of like tripod for the mic and it folds up. Anyway, it looks like somebody got tackled. UCF has the ball, and it's 3rd down and 5. So let's see if UCF can get a first down.
It's
They're
finally
probably going
the
to pass.
fourth quarter, the last quarter. The game's become a blowout. It's 31-13. Everyone knows it. The announcers know it. People are leaving. They're going home. They've got shit to do tomorrow. It's a blowout. We're not coming back. 33-13.
31-13.
31-13. Yeah.
Well,
like-
sometimes on these blowout games, this is where. Oh, go ahead. Sometimes with these blowout games, this is where the announcers are going to look for things to talk about. They might turn to Twitter. They might turn to Bitcoin. So if it's not going to go to OT, I'm kind of interested to see where this goes with the announcers the last 10 minutes.
I did see a message in the chat. They said that the announcer had mentioned Bitcoin. I'm not sure. I haven't listened to the commentary very much.
I looked up the announcer. He's kind of new, and I tipped him on Twitter. So I'm hoping a couple other people did. Maybe we persuaded him enough.
Here's this weird BitPay ad again. What's up with that? It's like they're buying ice cream, and it's some like weird guys with gold chains.
They're trying to muscle in on her business, and she doesn't care because she takes BitPay. That one did really make a lot of sense to me. Maybe I'm not watching it closely.
The credit card people.
Just want to say here.
They're the credit card people. Okay, I didn't get that.
Got it.
Just want to say here that Twitter is taking a decidedly positive turn on the Bitcoin bull.
They're not talking about the field anymore?
Nope. It moved on finally, and it's now gone into a bunch of people who are positive about Bitcoin or want to learn more about Bitcoin.
That's because NC State is winning.
Well, I wish my Twitter was more like your Twitter, because my Twitter is just full of people who have banned and blocked me, favoriting and retweeting tweets. So that's great to see.
Go to TweetDeck.
TweetDeck.
That's Twitter's official thing, and then you make little columns, and it gives you real-time feeds and outside of your normal profile.
That sounds good. I need to try that out. I need new Twitter tools to conquer the Twitter
Conquer Twitter.
Yeah, what
How
you
to
see
do
on
it. Film at 11.
what you see on my screen share is that's what you see on my screen share. It's TweetDeck.
Okay, well, I can't believe it. Fourth quarter, NC State is ahead. Let's see if they can hold off this victory. That would be amazing. They're the underdogs. They traveled over 600 miles to play this game, and they're still in it. Let's see. And
I think there's an ad for
commercial.
Casasis coin coming up. Those physical coins. See it?
Wow.
Yeah, I do see it in the
crazy.
corner. It says Casacious. I'll try to get it on the screen, maybe. It's gonna be like a big pain in the ass.
Crazy.
How the heck did Casacious get money for an ad? That's his rich nuts,
Maybe they're rich.
I guess.
We need to get
Here we
it.
go. Casacious.
Maybe they will just donate us the ad next time.
They might have given BitPay might have given it to him. Here we
That's
go.
a
Everyone
possibility.
watching Casacious.
Hey, they're showing the band, Thomas. They're showing the band.
The 2014 Bitcoin St. Petersburg Bowl is brought to you by Casacious, makers of the official Bitcoin Bowl coin. Scion, for the driven. Scion, what
NC
moves
State,
you?
another first
And
down on a weird pass run play. NC State has got the momentum. Let's see if they can run down the clock and get this win. UCF could still come back, but that would be a really crazy comeback. But we've seen crazier things. UCF came back against ECU recently, so let's see if they can come back against NC State.
Central Florida has such an aggressive defense. This is where the coaches are telling them to make a play. They're okay with giving up 4 or 5 yards. They're looking for the fumble, the interception, the 6-yard sack for sure.
Okay. So you think that the defensive coach just said, okay, go for the fumble, go for the interception.
Not outright, but
Sure.
definitely if you got a guy in the open field, you're not as worried about letting him get past you, and you're looking at that ball for sure.
Okay, yeah, but that makes sense, you know. It's a risk, but yeah.
Exactly.
But I guess they're not doing like they're not. I guess the coach is not like Buddy Ryan or something. I don't know if you remember Buddy Ryan. Buddy Ryan was the
Coach of
head
the
coach
Philadelphia
of the
Eagles.
Philadelphia-
Father
Oh.
of Rex
Yeah.
Ryan, coach of the New York Jets, about to get fired in the NFL. But tell us, Theo. Tell us about Buddy
Yeah.
Ryan.
Actually, so okay, I'm gonna come out with it. So I used to be a really big Washington Redskins fan. Okay, I was born in Washington D.C. and so the Eagles were really big rival. But I really liked the Eagles, and I really used to like Buddy Ryan. But actually, he was probably one of the dirtiest coaches ever in the sense that he was famous for giving bounties on other players of the team. So I guess the reason I liked him is because he had a really crazy strategy, and the reason it worked, he was able to take players that were only this level and get them to perform at a higher level. So he was able to take a team that was only okay and get a lot more out of them with his strategy. So that's a big respect. But he did do it in a kind of weird way. He had a very risky defense. He blitzed almost every play. And he's famous for getting in trouble for putting bounties on players on the other team. So a bounty would be like, hey, Theo, I'll give you $1,000 if you injure the quarterback this game. It's totally illegal.
Field goal, drink.
Yeah, field goal. So he got in trouble for that. Anyway, Buddy Ryan is a very historical defensive. He was a head coach, but he's a very defensive-oriented coach, and for really tough blitzing defenses. He's famous for really aggressive, wild defenses that just don't care about the other team at all and just try to destroy them with defense. This is a really weird ad too.
That was a really weird ad.
What is that an ad for?
Oh, you don't want to know, man. I think that he took off his favorite underwear because he was going to soil himself after the roller coaster. That's where we've gone these days, ladies and gentlemen. People soiling themselves in TV commercials.
So he soiled himself in his favorite pants instead?
No, he took off.
That's what I
yeah,
don't
he took
get.
off his favorite underwear. Those are his favorite underwear. He had to protect them.
Yeah, but that
He
means
only
that
shit his
means-
pants.
What about his buddy's
Yeah, it means he
shoes?
shit his pants. Right, yeah.
I
Or
know
did he
his
just
buddy's
shit in the
screwed,
roller
man.
coaster?
It sounds like a terrible roller coaster. I don't know why anyone would want to go on that, but I don't understand roller coasters anyway. So
You don't understand roller coasters.
I'm not into being scared or having my heart beat faster by choice. So no.
That's called experience. That's good. So I've been on. I haven't ridden a roller coaster in a long time, but a friend of mine had season passes, and so I rode so many roller coasters that I got immune to them, I think. But yeah, it's. I mean, I see what you mean in a way, but that's an adrenaline rush, and if it's something that's dangerous, it's kind of fun. You know, that's just the whole. That's what sports too, really.
I play fantasy football. Does that count?
I coach a football team.
Oh, really?
Pee-wees,
Great.
under 13.
Yeah. Sure. More risk, more fun, right?
All right, so now they're showing replays of North Carolina. It's UCF. Remember some kind of Hail Mary play, which is a really long pass play at the end of the game.
that
if you
was
want no
not
chance.
North Carolina. That was East Carolina, ECU, Greenville, North Carolina. Now now they're playing Raleigh, North Carolina, which is about 90 minutes away, and they're getting beat by them. So that shows you North Carolina has really important university sports. It's really crazy. I don't know why.
I was going to say North Carolina has more than one football game. Are you serious? More than one team?
Yeah. Oh, they're
Yeah,
playing in
they have-
Detroit. North Carolina.
So there's ECU, East Carolina University. Then there's North Carolina University. That's Chapel Hill. Then there's NC State. That's Raleigh. There's Wake Forest, which is Wake Forest.
Hold on,
Then
I
there's
gotta interrupt.
Duke
this
University. That's
football
Drum.
talk.
What now? Football talk. Give us more
Yeah.
Bitcoin talk.
I know. So the internet apparently does not believe you are watching the game unless you post a picture of you watch like the TV you're watching the game on. That's what's trending right now.
I'll bet that guy's getting all the tips because he took a picture of his television, which I've been told is quality content. So yes, quality content for a tweet. That's what we're tipping on, folks.
It's not working for me. I've done it a couple times.
A picture of your television and it didn't work? What is the world
No.
coming to? And you can't get tipped at least $5 for taking a picture of your television, I swear.
Well, actually, there was Shooter Jennings is handing out and Andreas is handing out tips right and left. So I think you might get $10 if you had a cute puppy next to your TV, maybe.
Yeah, the tips were like a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be.
Oh yeah, they're doing like $2 to start,
Wow.
and then a beer, which is like $5 or something, is the most common I think right now.
Bitcoin should be adopted by tomorrow, right? We're set. This whole thing's done. They're tipping $5 a person. Shit, it's over. Well, why are we even coming to work today?
Yeah, why didn't I set up weird Twitter bots to just tweet out Bitcoin Bowl so I'd become rich?
We're wasting all our time with this video, asking questions, talking truth. We should just be setting up spamming Bitcoin Twitter bots.
Yeah, and that's how we
North Carolina
do it.
State
and they
back to
announced
pass,
it.
and he's clobbered. The quarterback is down on the ground. Number 13 is looking tired. And it's still 34-13, North Carolina State crushing the University of
You
Central
got-
Florida with
you-
12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Go ahead, Theo.
Yep, that's right. Are you watching the Bitcoin Bowl tonight? Apparently, the Bitcoin Bowl is a real thing. That's happening right now. Looks like the moved post Katrina Superdome turf to something else. So I'm trying to read the tweets in Dustin's feed live, but it's so fast I can't do it.
Big deep pass for UCF.
That's a rookie quarterback. He kind of just stepped back and let it fly, and there was nothing there.
I feel bad for who's ever like getting targeted with some of these tweets here. Like Andreas is getting like hundreds of tweets right now.
So you're saying that even though I mentioned him in a tweet, I'm still not going to get a tip? What's the world coming to when you can't type 140 characters and get paid $5? That's what I ask you. As someone who's made 560 videos in the last year, I think it's a lot. I should have just been tweeting the whole time. My 20,000 tweets must be a waste. I should have monetized them all.
People question your dedication to Bitcoin when you're not willing to take a picture of yourself in front of your TV watching the Bitcoin Bowl. They don't believe it. They think you're faking it. You know, that's what people think.
Someone in the chat say
We're faking it.
Someone $75.
Well, that's one of the things they've been rumoring on Reddit all week, that they would be tipping surprise large amounts occasionally to random people for quality content. Random people, quality content. Bitcoin
Quality content that is not critical of any companies associated with anything associated nearly anything of them. Right?
Sorry, Theo,
That's-
I can't,
that's
hear,
quality
I can't hear
content.
you. I'm too busy taking a picture of myself in front of my television.
Wait a minute. I gotta take a. Hey, wait! Someone take a picture of me holding this laptop up to the live screen. Then am I good? Then do I get money or what? Is that how it works?
Do you think I need
Do
to
I
wait
get
for the
money
game
if
to
I
come
hold it
back
up?
on screen? I don't think it's going to count. They're going to be like, yeah, he's watching television, but it's not the game.
Well, whatever. I don't know. What do I get money? Hey, I've got a flashlight. What if I shine the flashlight into the camera? Does that count as good content? This is really weird, huh? Whoa. You know, we've got special effects. We've got the game. We've got commentary.
Theo, you're according to Twitter, your credibility just went up several points. Maybe you should put that flashlight back up.
How did my Twitter go up? By credibility? What do you mean?
It went up several internets. I just saw it.
How? I don't get it. How are you measuring my credibility?
By internets.
Okay.
There's obviously a very
Well,
low
sometimes I
standard
do-
for internets these days. There used to be a higher standard. When you won the internet or when you reached the end of it, it used to be the kind of thing you'd want to like write about, tell your parents. I won the internet. I got to the end. Not anymore.
Internet. Hey, that would be. Hey, I wonder maybe someone will make the Internet Bowl. You know, like a telecom provider.
That's an interesting
you know?
story, Theo. That's actually how TCP/IP got adopted. They had a big internet bowl, and everyone tipped everyone bandwidth, and that's how the modern internet system came to pass. Breaking through.
Wow.
UCF
Got
is
a lot
getting
of
first
yards.
down.
Got a lot of yards. They're gonna score. See, I told you it's not over.
That's a big play on
I mean,
third
it's the
down.
fourth. It's the fourth quarter, but you know, crazy stuff can happen. NC State has to be careful, and people get tired. You know, in the fourth quarter, it's about who has the energy, and UCF beat ECU in the fourth quarter at the last minute.
So
So-
Why are you
here we
guys
go.
talking about the gambling?
Why aren't we?
Well,
Yeah.
I'll talk about gambling.
Oh
Very
yeah, I'll
interesting.
talk about it all day.
Touchdown, University of Central Florida. That
This
means
game is on
streak.
this game is on several websites. Like,
So I think that I just lost
The
my
betting
bet
sites.
right now, Dustin. I think I just lost my bet because I said it would be less than 50 points. And I think I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. But it's
how many-
okay. I think I bet 0.01 Bitcoin, so it's like $3 or something.
What are the odds
So
right
it's
now?
okay,
You
I
should-
won't
You
lose.
should show us the major sites and the odds they're giving.
Well, the odds on the over/under.
Yeah, well, Nitro,
So
well,
just-
the main,
Well, just in case Losky's watching, I want him to see.
well, I'm in Germany and I can bet on every street corner on whatever game I want. I mean, like I'm surrounded by. I can go.
I know. You
Um,
should show Losky in case he's watching. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Well, basically, Losky, it's like this. There is internet betting, but basically, I can go to the local bakery right on my street, like 50 yards away, or I can go to the kiosk in the other direction, 50 yards away, and I can fill out this little form, and I can do sports betting, or I can do the lottery, and it's no big deal, and everybody does it if they want to. I mean, it's not like that I do it regularly, but I
And
really
that-
thought this
and
game
that's
would
why
be
your
less than
country-
50 points.
And that's why your country is failing and collapsing, right? And is a huge economic mess, right? Germany, right? I mean, we all laugh.
Well, Germany,
Oh.
well, kind of, but
Germany's
it's
awesome.
the most
You can go to
stable
college for free.
view.
You're smoking it. You're like
Yeah,
destroying
well, we can-
the rest of
we
Europe
can
right now
talk
with your
into-
eggs. You're like huge.
Well, first of all, it's not really my country, but it's where I live. And secondly, we can talk about pros and cons, but it's complicated. I mean, there's
Yeah,
also
it's real complicated. You're
19%
getting that-
sales tax here.
Yeah, it's real complicated when you get that sweet private money status to your Bitcoin. Yeah.
Right.
Private
Well,
money.
yeah,
How does that
but
even
there
feel?
could be an issue with sales tax cuts. Anyway, what did I want to
Sales
say? I
tax?
wanted to say that the odds were that I wanted to say that UCF is the favorite and NC State is the underdog, and there was about a 2 or 3 point spread depending on what sports book you went to, and yeah, you would also have gotten. I think that was like 1.6 I would have got if I was correct. But I was wrong. So I don't
I'm
know,
surprised
it was
that
lower.
NC State wasn't favored by more. I read an analysis of the game and they said NC State 40-10. They're just a better team all around. But we've got some updates here from Twitter. Oliver has tweeted at us pictures of him watching the Bitcoin Bowl, and look how he paused it on a logo. That's proof he's really watching it. Also, Shooter Jennings has retweeted us and is sending a beer to Mad Bitcoins using ChangeTip. So thank you, Shooter, and thank you, ChangeTip. And we've got one more tweet here from the Mad Bitcoins Twitter account. Look at that. Mad Bitcoins is watching, broadcasting Bitcoin Bowl. And I tweeted some people, and look, you can see the logo in the background. It's real. It's all happening. Now you have proof.
Oh no. That was the wrong strategy by NC State. They just did a screen pass and it was incomplete, and now the clock is stopped. And it's 3rd and 11. They're going to have to pass again. It's really not good. See, UCF has a strong defense. Okay, so it's 34-20. And if I'm UCF, if I get 2 touchdowns, it goes to overtime. And I've got 10 minutes. But I have to stop them. I still don't have the ball. So it's still possible. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Well, incomplete pass. NC State's going to punt. So right now, the offensive coordinators of UCF are thinking, okay, what are we going to run? We're going to run some pass plays. We're going to, get it out of bounds. What do you think, Victor and Thomas and everyone else?
Definitely, when they get the ball back, they're going to be wanting to get out of bounds. But this is where home field kind of comes into play a little bit, playing in Florida. I think they have a little bit of the edge going into the 4th.
Yep, and people get tired.
14
Maybe
points is 2
NC State is
touchdowns.
tired,
10 points is a lot of time. They could score 2 touchdowns here.
Wait. Did you only get you got the tip from Shooter Jennings because you proved that you took a picture of your TV?
I'm not sure that was directly related.
You know,
but,
it is. He replied to
Shooter-
that comment with a beer. Like right here, I have the evidence. It is
Well,
now-
that's unfortunate. They're using such a limited qualification.
Oh,
But
see, this
Shooter
is what's
does.
wrong with your show is you're not taking enough pictures of you doing your show to prove to us that you're doing the show.
Your wit is so dry pan and deadpan there. I'm not even sure you're serious.
Hey, it's proof of work, man. Proof of work, you know.
I know somebody else with a face shows. Yeah, we got some more chats going on.
I like Shooter Jennings. I haven't listened to like all of. I don't listen to every single show from Shooter Jennings. It's called Bitcoins and Gravy, but sometimes I do, and it's okay. I like his show. He's funny. He's a musician, so he has a different viewpoint about Bitcoin. He's okay.
He also
I was just
follows me on
interested
Twitter. Props for that.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm guessing that a lot of these people were just given funds from ChangeTip to tip people, which is okay, but also, I don't know, I think we got to think about that. Is that really sustainable? Is this good? I'm not 100% sure.
Also, if you're given funds to do something, it's always a good idea to just say it publicly. This is a sponsored show. This is a sponsored tip.
Right.
It makes it a lot clearer
Exactly.
for people. It removes any kind of confusion. You're like, oh, I get it. It's your job. Like, respect. But if you don't have that transparency, you just don't know, and then you start to question interactions. Are we having an authentic social interaction? Or are you trying to get a tip out of me? Are we communicating in words, or should I give you $5 now? It reminds me of another place that you go where people want them to pay you money. Pay them money.
Right. I agree. You know, it's.
But I would say to the people at home, take a picture of yourself and your television watching the Bitcoin Bowl. It worked for me. What that's worth.
He also is watching the show. He retweeted it.
Nice. Welcome aboard, Shooter. And the other 38 viewers who made it over from the catastrophic first half ending, which was very sudden, and our second half coverage, which is ongoing.
No, we did. Be quiet, Thomas. We did that totally on purpose.
Totally on
We
purpose.
split it up, just like the game. First half, second half.
We're that smart.
So UCF is in a shotgun formation, and the quarterback's dropping back. He almost got sacked, and he threw it away. He got
Looked
good
like
pressure.
a
There was good
possible
pressure
face mask
from
to
the
me too, Theo. He's getting his hand across the face there. I don't like to see that.
Face mask. You know, hitting people in the head.
They
All
just
this
showed the
stupid
replay.
calls.
It's a definite
It's
face
football.
mask. He tweaked his neck. The quarterback had a full neck tweak.
Okay.
They need to be putting a penalty on this. I don't know if they have any kind of
Uh-oh,
review.
uh-oh. Okay, let's
Oh,
check it out.
second and 10.
You're right.
There's no review in college, just
Yeah.
face mask.
Let's keep going. Let's keep playing. He's okay. So shotgun formation, blitz. That's a risk. Ooh, incomplete, and it worked. And no pass interference. Wow.
You're at a point here as the offensive coordinator whether or not to go for the 10 yards in the first down or to tell your quarterback that it's okay to take the 5 yards and we will go for it on fourth down. Like right now, the offensive coordinator is talking to the QB, telling him, if you want to just get 5 yards, go for it. We'll go for it on fourth down. So I'm interested to see whether they go for all 10 yards here.
Yeah, I'm interested too. I mean, I don't know what I would do.
Great play.
Whoa. Oh, did he get it? Oh, he got the first down. Oh, shit.
Well
NC State was doing
executed,
great.
but you can see exactly what Victor's talking about. They were going for 5 yards. It was a short route to the right side.
Yeah.
When they got the 5, the receiver was able to get the extra 5 because of weak coverage, distance, or whatever. But yeah, it was a 5-yard play. Well called.
Yeah, but look at this corner blitz. The cornerback blitzed, and the safety had to come up. And so basically a blitz is when you just put a whole bunch of defensive players in to try to tackle the quarterback. It's a risk, because you give people free in the secondary to receive the pass, just like what happened in the play before. So, Okay, wait, stop. BTC Art Gallery, stop. It's really great to see businesses in the space do something huge and knock it out of the park. It's hard not to be bullish in 2015. From Life is a Pump and Dump. Okay, let's continue with the game. So we've got now 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation. Uh-oh. Incomplete pass.
Nice. People are lobbying on Twitter for them to tip me $100. DJ Booth says, he's watching. Give this man 100. And Crypto Bucket says, I hear he drinks a lot. He may need 50 or 60 beers to get this job done.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I have my attorney with me, and you must understand that we must have a suite. And it's a deep pass, intercepted by North Carolina State. It's going back the other way to the 20, to the 30, to the 40. He's through the pack to the 50-yard line. Interception. UCF tried to force the ball in there, and that could be the end of this game. It's 9 minutes left. If they can run another 5 minutes off this clock, UCF might get another shot, but then it could be 27-34. Still another touchdown, a two-score game. What do you guys think? Is this it? Is it over?
UCF has 2 timeouts, don't forget. So if they can keep them out of field goal range, use their timeouts, they could get the ball back with 8 minutes.
Yeah, Victor is right. I mean, there still is a chance. I mean, it's a lot smaller, and that's a big momentum changer. But it's only a momentum changer if NC State can get a first down. If they can get 1 or 2 first downs, then I think it's a really big momentum changer. And UCF has a big defense. Let's see what happens.
Tackled in the
negative
back.
Yards.
2nd down.
Yep. You see what I mean? I mean, if they can get 3 and out, 3 and a punt, so we call that 3 and out, then they still have a chance. But I think if it goes a few downs and they're able to run it down a little, it's going to be tough.
It's funny in the graphics package it says reporting Twitter icon Kaylee Hartung, but it doesn't say like at Kaylee 405 or whatever her address is. It's like she's a little blue bird reporting to us from the sidelines. Interesting graphical thing they did there.
First down to the 39-yard line.
I was almost wondering
if NC State can get it. Mm-hmm. Go on, Victor.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I almost wonder they don't want people tipping her or something. That's weird. They not actually putting her Twitter handle up, just the name. I thought that was kind of interesting too. I saw that earlier.
They don't want people replying or don't send it to her. I don't know. The whole thing's so confusing. People promoting their own Twitter handles on television stations having the at ESPN, and then you'll see maybe it's like Kaylee at ESPN, but then she gets a new job somewhere else. She changes her thing. It's really confusing what's been happening.
Hey guys, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that like epic old video of the Today Show, where the morning Today Show, this one guy, there's a screen where it comes up and it has the email address, and it's something like really confusing. It says something like
it's like todayshow.ge.com.
Yeah, right. And the guy's like, what is that email? And this one lady is like, yeah, that's like email, you know? During the earthquake, people were sending messages. He goes, you don't need a phone? The lady's like, no. And the only person that can explain it is the cameraman. The cameraman is like, yeah, it's like this big network of people, and the universities are all connected. And they're like, none of the hosts have any clue really what it is. Only there's some guy back in the studio that's like explaining it to them. But it is true, the email address is like really complicated. It's like a subdomain. It's like todayshow.todayshow.ge or .com. It's some weird thing. But that's what it reminds Twitter handle from people. They're like, what? Want to tweet you? What's Twitter? Oh yeah, tweet at so and so. What do I do? Change tip tip on the side chain and the altcoin, the Bitcoin bowl. You know.
That's a good story,
don't really
because
get
I
that.
think it's a good metaphor for now, because the cameraman would be the guy who would tell you about Bitcoin now. He'd be the one that knows it. Once again,
Yeah.
it's the same thing where the anchors, the thought leaders, the existing people aren't aware of this, but the tech people, the people that are out there researching this and doing it on their own. Like, a lot of people, you don't have friends that teach you about Bitcoin. You have to teach
Sure.
yourself. Like, if I had a friend that had taught about it or had mentioned it to me, if we could have talked about it, I think I would have been in way earlier. It's probably true for a lot of other people. But we have to get in when we got in. You can't be upset. So,
Sure.
we
Yeah.
got
We're trending on
Yeah,
the main list on Twitter now.
Bitcoin Bowl.
Yep, is now trending on the main Twitter list.
All right.
So we're in the top.
So NC State just got a holding call against it. That's a penalty. So it's going to be 3rd down and long. So it's going to be a critical point of the game, because I think if NC State can manage to get a 1st down, then they'll probably have the whole game. But if not, then UFC has probably like the last chance to try to tie this up. 3rd and 17. So they need a big play to even be in, to continue. Nope, incomplete. So they're going to punt the ball.
He hit him right in the hands. Right in the hands that time. Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Heard footsteps.
Yeah. Well, they're under a lot of pressure, and it's not as easy as it looks. But
Oh yeah,
so
no.
someone just sent me a YouTube link. Yeah, sure. So I think but I think after UCF gets the ball, this is the last chance. As someone just sent me the link to the Today Show, what I just mentioned, and yeah, what is internet anyway? So I'm just gonna play the audio. I don't think I can play the whole video, right, Thomas?
You could probably play the audio. I think we could try to risk that. But again, this is property of the Today Show, and we're playing it for demonstrative news purposes.
That little mark with the A and then the ring around it.
At?
See, that's what I said. Katie said she thought it was about.
Yeah. Oh.
But I'd never heard it.
Around.
I'd never heard it
Okay.
said. I'd always
That's
seen
all
the
right.
mark, but never heard it said. And then it sounded stupid when I said it. Violence at NBC.
I heard you around or about the lunchroom.
See, there it is. Violence at NBC. GE.com. I mean,
Violence at NBC.ge.com. He's like, what is this at? What is at? I mean, I thought it was about, but I'm not sure how to say it. That doesn't make sense. Violence at. And so he's really going off about that, It's a really funny thing. And then later, the cameraman, basically from behind, or someone in the studio, explains, what email is and what. But one lady on the panel was like, hey, that's email. The people during the earthquake were able to communicate with people using email, even though all the other systems were down. And, we know that's why the internet was created, because of nuclear war, and then, they wanted to have a way to communicate with people.
I don't have much expertise when it comes to like the technical side of Bitcoin, but one thing that got me really excited about Bitcoin is I work in a plant where I'm the youngest person by 10 years. I started there when I was 18, about 10 years ago. And I saw firsthand when you guys talk about the S-curve of technology, that last 10%, that like 40 to 60-year-old person range, don't want to change anything. Like, I experienced that firsthand with the internet and cell phones. And that's what gets me so excited about Bitcoin, is it's going along that same path of you get the young tech people, and then next will be a certain core group, and then eventually at the tail end of that S-curve, you get the like older generations. That's one of the most exciting parts about Bitcoin for me, is I totally see that happening.
Could be,
We have a bonus
Yeah,
update from Twitter. I've been talking to @Phneep, PHNEEP.com. He does photoshops about Bitcoin and mad Bitcoins and other subjects, and he has created the very first Bitcoin potato graphic. Look at that, Theo. What do you think? That could be good on your website. Maybe put that on the
I don't know. I have to check it out. I don't know.
You can resize it to some different sizes, but look right there. There's
like that.
Theo transformed into a potato.
I like it a
Amazing.
lot.
Victor likes it. And also someone said, I've got Bitcoins, Mad Bitcoins, but I don't know where to send them. And you can always send your Bitcoins to madbitcoins.com. We've got QR codes. We've got Coinbase tip buttons. We've got Change tip buttons. We've got
Toss your site
blockchain
link in the chat
addresses.
room.
Yeah, we got all coin side change on the change coin tip.
They might
You
want.
know, I mean, we got everything. I mean, that was the idea.
We're tipping. We're
Right,
tipping.
you know, we got all
I can
kinds.
paste the address in there too. I'll do that. Good call, Dustin. But yeah, I mean, we're tipping on the chain. We're tipping off the chain. We're tipping on side chains and back chains, front chains, Ethereum chains, made safe chains. I just got a lot of Red Coin. Sumitra says, "Thank you to Red Coin for tipping me." I like that.
MadeSafe does not have a blockchain. MadeSafe is without a blockchain, so it's
Good
not
to know.
possible.
I did not know that.
Yeah. They have some other system, but it's not a blockchain.
Everyone should retweet right now because there's a bunch of people on Twitter who are just looking into the game now that it's trending on Twitter. So there's a whole new audience just coming in to find out what's going on.
Okay, we're gonna get them on our pizza party, right?
Yeah. So everyone should retweet out something with the appropriate links.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna tweet something really cool.
Maybe
Bitcom?
try a storm.
I mean, Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin.
There we go. I said Bitcoin Bowl is trending, and we're watching it live. That's a very meta tip. Thank you to Feed the Baby for tipping me with the Red Coin tip bot. Very cool. It looks like about $25 in red coins. Thank you. Hattori Hanzo is drinking
Wow.
proper cider. He's got Washington Gold hard cider, and you can tell that's a big bottle. So way to go, Hattori. Theo is tweeting about Bitcom and Bitcoin and Bitcorn. There are so many different types of Bitcom. Let's see what else. I put
Yeah, so I still get people sometimes not in Germany, in America, and they say, "Yeah, aren't you into that Bitcom stuff?" I'm like, no, Bitcoin. But people associate com with internet, so I understand.
It's like a .com, Bitcom. I'm right there with these people.
Check the Newegg Twitter. They're tipping $10 a tip.
Well, $10 tips on the Newegg Twitter, and for those of us who are broke and make our living on YouTube videos, and not a very glamorous living it is, let's all tweet at Newegg. It's pathetic, but what else are we going to do? There we go.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't get the fourth down play. It's I like that young QB. It's too bad to see that.
Too bad. Could be the end of the line for the University of Central Florida. We've got 4 minutes and 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Remember, that's football time. There's lots of timeouts. There's lots of injuries. Maybe we run out of bounds, take another 30 seconds off the clock. You know, we have those kind of things. So we're going to be here at least 15 minutes. But you're watching the World Crypto Network. You can subscribe at worldcryptonetwork.com. You can also subscribe to Mad Bitcoins. We're still looking for maybe four more subscribers to get to 4,000. So hopefully when I check that later, I can have a late Christmas miracle of 4,000 YouTube subscribers. Be cool. People are retweeting my Newegg tweet. I'm sure they like that.
I tweeted new egg now too. All right, eggs. Give me some eggs. Yeah.
Weren't you tipping eggs before Twitter, Theo? You're tipping eggs so people
Yes,
could
I
make
was.
a cake if they collected all the ingredients.
Right. So that's a very symbolic tweet to tip an egg.
You can even make cake in Minecraft if you gather all the ingredients. It's pretty difficult, but
Yeah, I've had good feedback about that one Bitcoin talk show where I was talking about the bread and yeast coin. That you have to, first, have water coin and then, and then wheat coin and then yeast coin. And a lot of times on Twitter when I ask people, why did you tip me? They said, oh, I really like the, when you talk about altcoins, and I really liked the time when you were talking about yeast coin and bread coin and all this stuff. I had the feeling I was getting in trouble because it wasn't serious enough. But anyway, people saw the relation to altcoins about how it's getting a little crazy, Penalty, third down. 3:04 on the clock.
A way of looking at this point of the game
NC State,
is
4-2.
even though NC State is up by 14, it's these type of games that produce miracle comebacks. So even though we're not going to get a close game inside of 5 minutes, there's always the potential of a pick six right here or something like that.
these are also college players, more likely to make mistakes. Something about the pro game, they're all so professional. They catch the ball, they drop the ball, they get hit. When they hit, they really connect. It's the difference between the pros and the college. So we could always see something. He almost dropped the snap there, really. It's an incomplete pass. 4th and 7. Clock stops at 3:02.
Twitter is reporting that over $1,000 has been tipped in the past hour.
How do they know that? I'm not sure that the tipping companies release any kind of statistics publicly, and in my personal experience, when you talk about statistics that they have released publicly on Reddit, they take them down.
Well, it seems like this guy has a graph.
Yeah, at ChangeTip Stats, he doesn't work for ChangeTip, but he has succeeded in delivering us some kind of statistical information about what's happening at that company. So thank you to him.
Hey, I just tipped $5,000 of BotShares X during the game while not moving. So, I mean, I don't know, just nobody collected. But I tipped, a few BotShares X, and it's worth $5,000. So I've beaten them by leaps and bounds.
The field goal is a miss. You don't have to.
Good.
No good. No drink.
No good. Okay, I'll be back in a second. I got to take a break too.
Oh, Theo's leaving us in front. Chad, tell us what's going on. We haven't heard from you all game.
Oh, I'm just watching the Twitter and watching the game. It's pretty interesting. So how are you guys doing out there?
I can barely manage this recording and tweeting at the same time thing.
I know. I admire how you guys do all this while doing all these things coming at you at once. It's quite maddening, and it's quite fun, actually.
Big completion across the center for a UCSF. They're right by the Bitcoin Bowl logo, and what a beautiful logo it is. I remember earlier on Twitter, BitPay was giving out patches for the best tweet, and I put a couple tweets in and never heard anything. So I guess my tweets were not the best. I don't know what the qualifications were. No one seems to be releasing any qualifications. They're saying quality content, and I don't know what that means.
Exactly. It's weird.
It was the lack of television.
I'm getting a lot of favorites and retweets, but nothing from any of the big people.
Well, remember the squeaky wheel gets the tips and then gets banned and blocked and unfriended. So get out there and put yourself into it. Insert yourself into the conversation and say that you should be tipped. And I've heard that one of the things big companies really love is when you ask them for money. They don't expect you to work for free or anything like that. They're very honest and above board. I remember I used to work for lawyers, and they had a policy about making us whole again. Whenever we'd travel somewhere for the firm, they'd pay our gas, they'd pay our expenses, and it was a really great policy, and I'm glad to see these companies are all into that kind of thing.
Oh, wow, I have an update.
Did you get an
update? Yeah, I got a tip from, I got a tip from Newegg. I got $10. and 1 cent.
Wow.
Oh, price is
That's
going
pretty
up.
cool.
What's the price doing, Dustin? Can we get a price check update? I can only assume that the
price.
Bitcoin Bowl has 2 minutes and 28 seconds left. The price must be quadrupled by now, right?
I tweeted Newegg and I didn't get nothing.
I tweeted Newegg and all I got was this T-shirt.
That's lucky.
What do I gotta say? Newegg is cool or what?
Let's see. What did I say? I said, shoot, where's my tweet?
I know. I
I
know what
just-
I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them their ad was cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said. I said
Okay. Yeah.
that the ad's cool.
Newegg official. At Newegg.
Yeah, I actually put at Newegg in there, and
Yeah.
I think, let me see where it's at. Where's it at? Jeez, I don't even see it now. Let me find it. Go live. Internet. Let's see.
It's okay. I'm gonna. I just gave them a nice one. You know, a little bait. Live. I'm tweeting just. See, this is proof about how incentives change by having this kind of weird. You know, I'm just gonna tweet everybody
And
like
it's
this.
definitely improving the quality of our communications. We're getting some quality plugs in here. We've got some good comments from the chat room. Sumitra says, "Tip me for spamming." That's a funny thing. He says he's going to spam his article link here. Feed the Baby says he checked red coin prices, and it's now worth $32. Woohoo! I like that too, because that's money I have now. Sumitra wrote an article for Crypto Biz Magazine at Crypto Biz Mag, so check that out.
Yes.
Feed the Baby wants the underdog to win, but it's not going to happen today with 2 minutes left. Chad reminds him of Stevie Wonder. Get that man a piano and let there be cake. Chad, play us out. Play us a piano song.
Oh, jeez. I wish I knew how to play.
Red zone.
Someday.
Big pass across the middle for UCF. And we're looking at a possible red zone situation. That could be more drinking. So hold on.
Uh-oh. So yeah, so maybe UFC is making a comeback. NC State's got to be careful here.
Twitter has informed me that what we were doing was taking selfies. You took a selfie in front of the TV, so it's a TV selfie.
That's a
Hashtag
selfie.
TV selfie.
That this is what apparently is going on, I guess.
Is that trending now?
It's happening a lot. I don't know if it's necessary.
I'm going to go with a facepalm. I will respond with facepalm to TV selfies. And what's next? Planking TV selfies? Come on, people.
Planking would be interesting. Yeah.
Hittori Hanzo is sending in the Bitcoin price is $321.75 on Coinbase, so pretty much where we started today. It's a big fade to the outside shoulder and looks like pass interference, multiple flags on the play.
Uh-oh.
I think we're going to be pushed up to the goal line here.
Yeah, in anticipation of them maybe getting a touchdown here, we're looking at an onside kick with about 1:30 left. Going back to what you said, Thomas, these are 19-year-old kids. You know, the onside kicks are a lot more exciting in college rather than the pros.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we're going to have to educate about onside kicks, but let's see if it even happens first. And you have this, all the people that know European, what I call European football, which is actually soccer, are going to know this about, it happens a lot in their game. People foul intentionally sometimes, and they just take the yellow card in that game. And that's what happened just then. The guy was in NC State. He knew if he did pass interference at this point of the game and where the yardage was, it wouldn't matter that much. I mean, he can't do like something totally crazy and injure the other guy or whatever, but you know what I mean? It's not going to – the damage is not as bad as if it was in the open field. So that's why –
And you make them run another play, which takes more time off the clock.
Exactly. So it's not necessarily good sportsmanship, but fouling and when to foul, just like in basketball, everyone that watches basketball knows that really well, is part of the game. When to foul. When is it okay to intentionally foul? You can get in trouble if you do it too much. But that's exactly what happened with that pass interference, I think. He was beat. It was just like, okay, I'm just going to grab him. It doesn't matter at this point. So the coach of UCF is having some conversations with the ref about the clock. 1 minute 46 left. Not a lot of time. Looks like they'll get at least a field goal. But, I mean, why should they get they're going to have to go for a touchdown. They're really close to the goal line, too. I mean,
you always want to
probably
get that
will-
touchdown first in this situation if you can.
You would never kick a field goal here.
Touchdown!
touchdown.
UCF.
So they
That
got-
means drink.
So, yeah, drink. So I think
Hello.
No silence. I'm trying to tweet you people. Touchdown!
Is everyone else muted?
I think Theo is muted.
I was almost in charge of the show. Was that awesome?
You can say anything you want.
So Twitter is now asking the most basic Bitcoin questions you could imagine. Like they've moved on to slightly believing in Bitcoin now, and now they have questions, but they're just spewing them out.
You know, my life is not very exciting, and I could see myself kind of going through these and maybe firing 10 to 15 tweets like, oh, it's decentralized, or it's internet cash, kind of like, why not help the cause?
But I think you'd want to try to collect them and do a mass tweet because there's 20 people with the same question.
That would be a good idea. It's also interesting to see how young people research or maybe don't research. I would take the Bitcoin word and put it in the news section. Look at the images. I mean, you'd explore the topic by searching on your own. They're asking other people to tell them. It's a different way of learning. So.
I love the new generation coming up, but yeah, it's amazing when you're born with the technology and the ability to Google anything you want. It's kind of weird. They almost ask more.
What do you think the Wikipedia article hits will be after today?
It should be really impressive. They should have a lot of hits on the Wikipedia. I'd say it should be really impressive because this has gotten the news like people had hoped. The hashtag trended like everyone hoped, regardless of what was necessary to make it trend. The word Bitcoin has been on the screen almost the entire time. It says in the center, it says Bitcoin St. Petersburg Bowl, right there by the score. So if you hadn't heard the word before, you've seen it. The BitPay logos on the top and bottom of the field, seen a whole bunch of times. All the commercials, the gift commercials, if you're a merchant, I'm sure you would have been interested in that, and the BitPay commercials, some good stuff there. I take BitPay, being proud about it as a merchant. I think it's been a big success today. A lot of props to BitPay, the other companies involved. Really made it happen.
I'm really excited, like that dry humor commercial. Like, I'm really looking forward to put that on my Facebook. You know, that's something that's really easily digestible. I'm really excited about that commercial.
You know why? Because all of this is fun. It's not doomsday like the dollar is going to collapse. It's not technical, hard to understand. It's just like this is fun. And that's sometimes missing from all the stuff we do. Maybe for us, it's okay, we get it, you know what I mean? But, sometimes that kind of stuff is missing. Hey, Jacoby Brissett has been the star of the game, the quarterback for NC State. He's got 262 yards, 1 touchdown, and 39 yards rushing. So he had passing. That's a lot. He's basically going to be the MVP probably.
Victory formation.
Yeah, they're going to down the ball. They're going to run the timeout. The
Warner
boring part of
Brothers
football,
is-
part of it. Yep.
Warner Brothers is tipping.
Right now at the end of the game.
Brothers.
No, I think they've been tipping the whole time. I caught that before it. I just haven't actually.
They did
Seen
mention it before. They're the record company of Shooter Jennings, so probably called in a favor. Warner Brothers record at WBR, like you're showing there on the screen. At Warner Bros R. It's a pretty confusing Twitter handle. I managed to come up with it earlier.
They want to know if anyone in Bitcoin is also into vinyl.
I'm into Bitcoin. I'm into vinyl. You
Brothers.
jerks. What do you want from me?
Sound Wallet. Sound Wallet. I'm totally into Vital. Who is this? Warner Brothers?
This is the most popular
I'll put
vinyl
a link
spin
in
in
the
20
chat
years.
room here.
What do I put? Which one? They've got a bunch of them. Warner Brothers Entertainment, Warner Brothers Pictures,
Records,
Warner
dude. Warner
Yeah,
Bros.
but who do
R.
I tweet at?
Warner Bros.
WBR?
R. I don't know if it's that short. It's Warner BROS R on my screen.
WBR. Yeah, just at
Yeah, I got it.
WBR. And then check out. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Huh.
Well, there's another classic tweet. And the game is a final, 34-27. North Carolina State wins the first Bitcoin Bowl, and ESPN is
Oh,
shuffling us off the
North
stage.
Carolina, time to raise up.
They have their hands in the air. They're wearing their red T-shirts, and ESPN's in a hurry to play a Toyota commercial and to get SportsCenter running, which means that our time here is over. The Bitcoin Bowl is over. It's wiped from the television. It's not going to trend anymore on the Twitter. You could stop writing everything. Stop tipping and stop begging for tips. Everyone could go back to whatever you used to do before you started that. No, I'm kidding. You could keep begging for tips. I don't care. It's up to you. But
Keep tipping.
we're glad to hang out with you here on the World Crypto Network. Maybe I'll look at the chat room one more time, see what's going on. People say, drink, drink, drink. It's the end of the game. And Sumitra got $10 from Newegg. Right on, Newegg. Right on, Sumitra. Do you have any links? Someone just got here. Links to websites. Check out weusecoins.com. That's a real easy website. They've got some videos there to help you understand the Bitcoin. When you get tired of that, we've got some Mad Bitcoins videos at madbitcoins.com. They're kind of funny. Some people like them. We got other videos at worldcryptonetwork.com. These are kind of longer ones. So there's a lot of options out there, and there's also audio podcasts. And Let's Talk Bitcoin at letstalkbitcoin.com. Good stuff. So we're winding down. Feed the Baby says back to real life. We're doing a wind down show. Maybe we'll have one more drink together, and we'll have you guys each say something on our way out, and then we'll be ending it up here. Our next show, Spoken Weird, is going to be, well, our next live show is going to be Wednesday at 12 o'clock noon on the West Coast Pacific Time, and that's called Bitcoin Talk Show, and that's our Wednesday call-in show. Anyone can call in on the phone or on Skype, or we have a question and answers box. If you've got questions about Bitcoin, or if you want to talk about the latest news stories, that's what we do there. And it's live. Anyone can join it. It's 12 to 2 on Wednesdays. We've got the Bitcoin group on Fridays from 3 to 5. And it's at worldcryptonetwork.com. It's one YouTube channel. So if you get subscribed, you can watch them all. And Mad Bitcoins is another YouTube channel. So, and let's go through it. Theo, any parting words?
Yeah, you can also check out Transmission. It's every Sunday on the World Crypto Network right here. You can also check out past episodes at transmission.rocks because it rocks. You can also check out soundwallet.net. That's another project of mine, and also Haas Online, HAAS online.com. And thanks for watching today. I hope you learned a little bit about the brutal game of American football that has a large tradition in America, and we had a lot of fun here talking about tweeting, Bitcoin, football. I think this was one of the football games that went by the fastest. A lot of football games, it takes forever, but this one went by pretty quick. What do you guys think?
Had a good pace. We're looking at the chat room. We're still saying people are talking about Armadillo just read about the Bitcoin pizza. A man did pay 10,000 Bitcoins for a pizza in 2010, but remember at that point, Bitcoins had no value. So he was getting a really good deal of nothing for a pizza. But now if you look at it, that pizza is worth several $1,000,000, and it's a very sad fact for that gentleman. We've also, Flipside had a great response tweeting out Bitcoin facts. So that is something I totally support is education. We need to educate people about Bitcoin. It's not enough just to give somebody $5 in Bitcoin and run off down the street. You need to tell them about it. You need to tell them how to use it, get them a wallet, help them send it around, just test it out. I mean, I've heard a story of a very rich man who took millions of dollars and moved it from wallet to wallet to wallet to show his friends. And yeah, we don't have millions of dollars, but you could send around $5 to your friends, and you could try it out. Your Bitcoins don't have to be stuck in one account or one service. You can send your Bitcoins around and just have fun with it. The transaction fee is not that high, especially to learn about it and try it out. Victor, any parting words? Anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I've never been on here before, so I've never had the chance to really open forum anything. But if anyone's watching who isn't technical, who isn't into the technical side of Bitcoin, who's just more of an investor or they think Bitcoin's big, I give you guys a lot of credit. You always mention never invest anything more than you can lose, which is great. But if you're out there and you're bonkers about Bitcoin and you just love buying them and holding them and appreciating the technology, it's not weird. There's a ton of us out here where we're not trolls, we're not part of our Buttcoin, but we're also not developers. We're just people excited about the technology and love the investment opportunity. You're not alone. There's a lot of us, so that's pretty much it.
Very cool. I'm distracted by Twitter here. Chad, any parting words?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you again. This is my first time also on the World Crypto Network type show, and it's great to be with you guys. And thanks also to the ones that aren't here right now, like Chris and Jamie. And I mean, I've been watching you guys for a long time, and it's just so amazing all the growth that's been happening over the last 12 months that I've been really paying attention to it now, and it's just so awesome. And it's great to see this great event. I mean, thanks to you guys, and also to BitPay and Newegg and Gift and all them, because I just think that this is such an awesome thing to have happen. I mean, it's growing. So all I have to say now is that follow me. I have a game coming out next year sometime. I'm gonna be working on it. Just follow me at Chad Crypto on Twitter, and we'll see you guys later, man. It's awesome.
And if you're watching at home and you're thinking to yourself, I could do this, I could have a show, I could be on this show, you can. You can have a show, you can be on this show, and you can do this. I was watching Derek J talk to Davi Barker on Peace News Now, maybe just a couple of years ago, and I said the same thing to myself. I said, hey, I can do that. Hey, I want to do that. I want to be in that. And then boom, now I hang out with Derek J and I hang out with Davi Barker, and they're my pals, and we do shows together. And I'll be your pal too. We've got lots of shows, we've got lots of things. What we need are people with ideas and motivation. Because I can't make you do a show every week. Only you can make you do a show every week. And if that's something you want to commit to, at World Crypto Network, write us. Start making your own show first. Don't wait for us. Make 5 or 10 episodes first. Get it under the belt. It's like writing. When you write your first story, it's not very good. You have to write 100 stories. You got to make 100 episodes. You really got to get in there and do it. So if you want to do it, and join us. All right, Dustin from Bitcoin Art Gallery. Anything you'd like to say as we're winding down the show here?
Oh, no, man. Yeah, anyone can follow me if you just Google Bitcoin Art Gallery. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to everybody. It's been a great time today.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Hanukkah, have a great solstice, all the other things. Everyone, we're going to do a last bottoms up. Mine is mainly ice water, a little bit of orange juice. But thank you guys for joining us. Victor's got 3 at one time. Chad's got a giant can. Theo's got a German beer. He's in Germany. Dustin wants to believe, but he's still a screen share. And I've got ice water. So thank you, everyone, for watching us. Bye-bye.
Peace.